What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome in if you're a first-time viewer. Appreciate all the love we've been receiving on Threads, even here on YouTube, Discord, and all of the above. You guys have been nothing short of spectacular. I really do appreciate all the love and the vibes you bring my way. They're all good. Good or bad comments, I appreciate all of them. And yesterday, we almost swept. Kevin Durant was one rebound or assist away from sweeping the boards. Giannis didn't play yesterday, so that hurt us a little bit. But we had a pretty good day. If you took these straight bets, you went 3 for 4. So that's a pretty good day for me. That's a winning day, if you ask me. And it was a short slate, so we basically got 4 out of the 5 games, and we got 1 for each game. A good day for betting. And yesterday we hit 2 slips, one for the ladder, the $10 to 20, and also we hit a 20 legger in my Discord, which I did put the Discord in the comment section, or actually in the description of the last video, so definitely check that out if you want to join the Discord. It's free right now for the rest of the year. Basically a Christmas special for y'all. You guys have been so supportive of me, so I just wanted to give back to y'all just for that support and love. And I'll post it again here on the comment section. I'll pin the plays, and also the plays will have the Discord on there as well. And so without further ado, I'm going to get right into today's plays, and I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to go right into props. I'll give you some leans on games as well, but there's so many games on the slate that we might have to do a separate video for these plays, for the actual leans on what we like in the today's slate. But I'm going to give you the straight props that I like for today. And comment down what plays you're taking today. Like, subscribe to this channel, share this video. It helps us grow as a unit, man. Every time I grow, you're growing with me, and I really appreciate all the love and support y'all bring me. And let's get right into it. And we're on Outlier, which is one of the best sports betting apps. If you don't have Outlier, definitely I would say invest in one of these sports betting apps. There's a couple out there that are really good. I just like Outlier a lot because it gives you all the information you need right then and there, and it gives you all team information, individual stats, everything you might need. Definitely, it's a great app to use. Let's get started with the first play of the day, which we'll start with Josh Hart and the Knicks going against the Mavericks. It's going to be a little bit out of order, but we're just going to get it how we see it. All right, so Josh Hart. So today his rebound line's at 8.5 plus money. And to me personally, it's not a good play to take this over because there's so many rebounders on the court. We got Daniel Gafford that'll be playing today, Derek Lively, you got Karl-Anthony Towns, OG's in there. And Jericho Sims has been getting some playing time too, so he's going to be taking some boards as well. Mikal Bridges is a little bit bigger of a shooting guard, so he takes some boards away from Josh Hart as well. And watching the Knicks play, it's not really like Josh Hart needs to rebound, so it's not like he's going to be searching for rebounds. If you want to take an over for Josh Hart, I would say his over 5.5 assists should be a pretty good play today. But as you can see, and this is what I like because Josh Hart plays the small forward position, they're allowing 7.5 rebounds to the small forward position, which those are bigger small forwards. Josh Hart's a smaller end small forward. He also plays shooting guard somewhat, but Mikal Bridges has kind of took that role of shooting guard. So the shooting guard stats, it looks like it's a pretty high 8.2. But at the same time, I'll take that with a grain of salt just because I don't really see Josh Hart with how he's been playing this season as someone who's really going after the rebounds to get 10 boards a game. You know, last season, he didn't have anybody down there that was really stealing boards from him since Mitchell Robinson was out. They were a pretty small team last year for the most part. So that's why he was hitting the line and still only hit 49% of the time over 8.5. This year it's a 53% hit rate, but we're only 17 games into the season. And if you see the last 5, he's only went over this line one time, and it was against Phoenix Suns. And as you can see, it was a very high scoring game. So the rebound opportunities were definitely there. And I just don't see this game going in that direction for Josh Hart, especially you see the last 5 close games or blowouts. He's usually only getting about 6 to 8 boards. He's not really going with that 8.5 board line a lot. So we're taking the under with Josh Hart. And also I like to take the under because he was just talking shit about parlays. So we're definitely taking his under for the rest of the year on rebounds at least. I don't want to shit on him too much because I actually like Josh Hart. I think Josh Hart's a really good player just because the effort he puts out every game is high energy, high level basketball. I like how he plays. I think he's a very high IQ player, but I don't think he's somebody that needs to really seek rebounds, especially with Karl-Anthony Towns down there. Like I said, OG's been getting some boards, and you got Mikal Bridges, who's a bigger shooting guard that can steal some rebounds as well. And then the other side of the ball, you got Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, you got Derek Lively, Neji Marshall. You got a couple people that can take these boards. So I don't see him really getting over this line of 8.5 today. As you can see, the head-to-head matchup, he hit this one time where he had 10 boards against the Mavericks. This was on February 8th of last year. Give me 1 second. My camera is messing up. I don't know why I'd be doing this. I think we're good now. Sorry for the glitch. But let's get right back into it. So I don't like him to go over 8.5 just because it's a very high line for him. They don't have it favored either. So if you want to take an under today, this is the only under I'll be taking today. I like this under a lot though. And then we'll go to the next play in this game, which would be OG Anunoby. His over 22.5 points and rebounds. If you want to take his points, rebounds, and assists over 24.5, I think this could be a great play as well. 2024, he's hit this 59% of the time. Last 5, 3 out of 5. So he has been clearing this line. But as you can see, there's some games where he doesn't even pass the ball. He doesn't really get the assist. So to make this a little bit simpler, to make this a little bit easier on you, I would take just his points and rebounds over 22.5 because he does get after the boards. As you can see, his rebound chances are 9.4. And this correlates with Josh Hart not getting the rebounds. So if OG's out there getting some boards and getting some points, I don't think Josh Hart will be able to get his rebounds if we got a couple of rebounders out there already snagging some boards. So if you see this line, man, 70% hit rate in the last 5, 3 out of 5. He only went under these two times against Phoenix and against Washington. As you can see, they were both blowouts. I don't see this being a blowout with how defensively good the Mavericks have been. They've been pretty solid all season on defense. As you can see, they are ranked 12th in points allowed and just been pretty good overall as a defensive team. But they're allowing to the power forward position 11 boards per game and around 22 points per game to the power forward position. We like both of these spots, and they've actually been giving up a good amount of three-pointers to this position, which, as you can see right now, my boy OG is on a tear from the three-point line, and they're allowing 2.8 threes from the three-point line. His last game he had 5. The other game he had 7, 2, 1, and 3. So if you want to take OG over 2.5 three-pointers, I wouldn't even think that's a bad play. I think the way he's shooting the ball right now, he can definitely get 3 threes within this game, and especially the way that they defend the power forward position at that three-point line. I think he could possibly get over it. And head-to-head, he hit this one time, and the other time he didn't in a closer game. But also, his points and rebounds against this team. One time he hit it, 26 points, 5 boards. He was in Toronto at that time. And then the last time they played on January 11th, he didn't hit this. But he had, I feel like, a less of a role. As you can see, his rebound chances were less. His minutes were still up there. But I feel like last year was him just trying to get, in there in that Knicks roster. So, this year he has settled in and he's been playing great basketball. In 2024, like I said, 53% hit rate. 2023 wasn't a good hit rate for it. But this year, it seems like OG has turned the corner and is playing better. And I just love him as a basketball player because the effort he pulls out there. And he's a very efficient scorer. He doesn't take bad shots. He takes open looks. He won't take stupid shots. I like a player that plays with efficiency, and OG Anunoby has been playing with that efficiency all year. Over 22.5, they bumped it up 1, and I'm okay with that. 21.5 is what we took last time for OG, but this time we'll take his 22.5. And I just like this line in general just because how the opposing teams rebound against his team and just how overall OG's been playing. I feel like Tom Thibodeau likes that effort, so he looks to get these players more involved when they're playing the way they are and they're putting out the effort. Tom Thibodeau is a no-nonsense coach. I've said that before. If he sees you putting out effort, he's going to play you 30, 40 minutes a game. He's going to give you that time. He's going to give you that shine. But if you're giving low effort like we see sometimes Mikal Bridges, he'll put your ass on the bench and put Cameron Payne in. So I like OG. I like him to get his minutes today, rebound chances, and also field goal opportunities. He's taking about 16 shots a game, which is pretty high for a third or fourth scorer, which I would consider him the third scorer on this team. If not right now, because I feel like Jalen Brunson's taking a backseat. He's been more of a distributor this year. He's been more of like a second scorer in the last 5 games. So I like him to get his points and his rebounds today over 22.5. I think we can clear that easily, especially if he gets around 18 to 20 points, which he has been pretty much hitting the last 5 games or last 10, we can see that he had 25, 24, 14, 25, 24, 16, 14, 27, and 40 his last game. So it seems that OG is having one of those career seasons where you don't fade him at this point. You kind of ride the hot hand, and I'm going to go with the hot hand, especially in this matchup situation. I think OG definitely clears this, and I think we might sweat it to the fourth quarter, but because it's a close game, I like it even more. Next pick on this slate, we're going to go with Anthony Davis's rebounds. Like I said, we're going to be a little bit out of order today. I'm going to just pick them as I see them. I already set it up a certain way. But we're not taking the 12.5. A little bit too juice, a little bit too much for me. And right now they don't have on outlier the 10.5. So we'll just stick with the 9.5 for now. So I think he gets 11 boards today. I think that the matchup shows that he gets 11 boards. I mean, the lowest he's gotten is 10 boards against his team. He had 14 and 12 last time they played. 12 in the last time was November 15th, which is a recent game. So I really like Anthony Davis and his boards, especially with the way that Wembanyama doesn't grab boards. I feel like Anthony Davis is going to have a lot of opportunities to grab rebounds. You know, you see this number right here against the team, 11.3. It doesn't look too good, but I mean, they're not playing Anthony Davis every day, because if this was the line, you know what I'm saying, and they played Anthony Davis every game, this would not be 11.3. It would be more like 14.5, you know, because Anthony Davis is a board machine, and he's definitely somebody that is always on the boards, and how aggressive he's been playing this season, I like it a lot. In 2024, he's hit over the 10 rebound line, 63%. If you want to take the 10 boards, on Hard Rock we're not able to, so we can only take it a bump up or a bump level down. And for this play, we're trying to get the most value for this, so we're going to take the 11 boards. It's a little bit of a push, but I believe that he can clear this. I even believe he can clear this in 3 quarters against Wemby, just because Wemby doesn't really look to get rebounds. My boy's just out there pulling threes. And I mean, he might pull Anthony Davis out there to the 3-point line sometimes, but Anthony Davis is the type of player, you pull him out to the 3-point line, and he still goes and looks for the board after you shoot it. He doesn't just sit there and stand there in the 3-point line with you. He'll actually turn and try to get the board right after you shoot. So I like that. I like this play for Anthony Davis. And just the overall aggression level that he's been playing with, I think Anthony Davis gets the 11 boards pretty much easily. But that's just my opinion. I mean, if you want to fade these plays and you don't think that Anthony Davis could get 11 boards, go ahead, be my guest. But me personally, I think he gets 11 boards. If you want to take the under 12.5, the only scary part about this is I feel like because Wemby doesn't really rebound against the center position that well, Anthony Davis will have a lot of rebound opportunities. And 19.5 chances to take the under 12.5 is a little bit sketchy, just because 13 boards is something that Anthony Davis can clear. Especially, bro is like 7 foot, man. I just don't like fading big man that playing 30 plus minutes on the floor against a weak rebounding team. As you see overall, I mean, they are 43.6, but that's not very significant. I mean, 20th place is 44, so they're like a couple of bad rebounding nights from being a 20th ranked rebounding team. So I like Anthony Davis today to get his boards. And like I said, the last time they played, he got 12 boards, 14 and 10. I mean, 2023, he hit over the 12.5 rebound line 57% of the year, which is very impressive. So I like Anthony Davis's boards. And the other board man I like, you know, board man gets paid, shout out to Kawhi Leonard, is Nikola Jokic, the GOAT. The greatest basketball player right now, in my opinion, is this guy right here. Nikola Jokic, man. He is just an unstoppable force. You can take the 9.5 if you have that on certain books. I like the 10.5 for him as well. I think he gets 11 boards. I think he can get a triple-double today against this team, because I feel like he will be looking to pass more, just because it's pretty much an easier matchup for the whole Nuggets squad. So I feel like he will look for his shot a little bit if they're struggling, but for the most part, he's going to try to get his teammates involved so they can start getting a rhythm, because the team isn't playing well, but Nikola Jokic is. So look at the rebounds allowed against the center position against the Jazz. They're not too big down there. Walker Kessler is a good piece. I mean, John Collins does snag rebounds too. I just don't really believe that they're going to be able to take away rebounds from this big boy, Nikola Jokic. He is a very, very great rebounder. He will box you out. He's way stronger than most of these dudes, even though he looks a little chunky, you know what I'm saying? My boy really gets dirty down the paint. So I like him to get his rebound chances and to get his rebounds. And as you can see, head-to-head matchup, he's hit this line 4 out of 5 times over 9.5, but let's just say 11.5 he hit it. 3 out of the 5 times. But last 10 games, he's hit at a very high rate: 13, 17, 18, 11, 20 boards, 14, 16, and these are against pretty good rebounding teams and pretty good rebounders like Jacob Potel or whatever the hell you say his name. You know what I'm saying? Against Anthony Davis, he had 13. Against the Dallas Mavericks, he had 17, had a triple-double that game. Against Dallas, again, he had 18. And these are some pretty decent rebounding team. I mean, Dallas is not the best at rebounding, but they're pretty decent on the boards, you know what I'm saying? And he had 16 against the Jazz the last time they played, which was 11-2. So to ask him to get 11 boards today, I feel like it's not that much. It's 5 below his last time he played them and 2 below the second time, and the time he played them in April of last year. So I really like Nikola to get his 11 boards today. If you can take it at 9.5, take it, but it's a little bit way too juice for me. So I'm taking the 10.5, 11. And all these plays, you can take them individually. You can parlay this to give yourself a little bit of more less juice, and also to maximize value. Maybe get a plus 1,000 plays with all this. But taking these separately and individually is the way you win outright. So if my best suggestion is take whatever you like out of these plays, take 3, 4. If you want to take all of them, go ahead. If you want to fade some of them, go ahead. But always just bet smart when it comes to these straight lines, just because you might be sweating them the whole game, and they honestly might not happen because basketball and all sporting events are unpredictable. He might end up with 10 boards, but I like the 11 boards with the matchup he has. That's one of my plays. And then the next play of this slate is Anthony Edwards, and him to get over 24.5 points. It's basically saying he's going to get 25 points today, and we can see in the head-to-head matchup, last 2 times he played him, 32 and 36, and that's 2 times he played him this year. He's went over this line a pretty good significant amount. So we like this. And last year as well, he had 34 and 35. The only time he had 11, you got to remember he had Karl Anthony Towns on that team. So it's a little bit different of a ball game. And I don't think how Anthony Edwards is playing this game, he's going to go anything less than 25 points. My boy's been on fire. In 2024, he's hit this line over 65%, 11 out of 17. I've been saying it since the season before it even started. I was like, Anthony Edwards is going for MVP this year, or if not, he's going for a scoring title. My boy is going to be shooting the damn rock. And he even said it, man, you leave me open, I'm a lace that bitch. And I believe him, because he's been attempting a lot of three-pointers. 12, 11, 14. Look at this. Just pulling. And guess what? He's hitting at a pretty high clip. You can't say stop shooting when he's hitting these shots. So I like Anthony Edwards to get his 25 points. If you want to take the 26.5, I think that's a good play too. It's just a 2 points above 25. I just like to bump it a little bit down, because we had Jason Tatum sell us the other day. He had 26 exact point. We had him to get 27. He had 26. That shit is just crazy. But it happens. We got hosed yesterday because Kevin Durant couldn't get one more rebound or one more assist. It happens. We wish we could take him at 7.5. The line changed and it hurt. But guess what? We gotta take our L's, and we just gotta eat that shit up, dog. So I like him to get this points, and against the shooting guard position, which is where Anthony Edwards will be playing, or the small forward position. They've been allowing a lot of points to this position, and overall Sacramento just hasn't been what they should be with the addition that they made with DeMar DeRozan in the offseason. They just haven't been playing well, and defensively, definitely not playing well. And they're allowing 38% shooting from the three-point line, and Anthony Edwards, like I said, he's pulling those threes, and I don't see anyone who can guard him on his team. DeMar DeRozan, I don't really see him stopping Anthony Edwards, and if they put Kevin Huerter on him, he's just going to straight murder that man. So I like Anthony Edwards over 25 points today. I think that's a really good play. And then my next play for this slate would be Alperen Sengun, dog. The goon himself, who hit a triple-double last night. Had us sweating in the first half. He had us in the first half, okay? He had us in the first half. Boy had 2 points in the first half. I was like, bro, I just needed 10. I just need 10 on this 20-legger. And my boy in the second half took Rudy Gobert and straight rocked the cradle on that boy. Made him his goddamn child. My brother just went absolutely berserk. But today, we're not going to sweat no points for him, because this matchup against Philly, no Joel Embiid, I think the Rockets might straight up mollywop the 76ers, just because the 76ers, just to me offensively, where are they going to get their points? You know, Tyrese Maxey, yes, he can score against the point guard position. I mean, it's just, to me, I don't really see where Philly really wins this game with the way the Rockets are playing. I mean, we are coming off of a back-to-back, and they did go to overtime last night, so maybe that could get you to the Philly side. I mean, if you're on the Philly side, I mean, take it, man. I'm not trying to sway you away from it, but look how the Rockets have been playing defensively. Third ranked. And I think they're going to continue this type of trend for the rest of the year. They were decent. They were more than decent last year to end the season, and it looks like they're still on that roll. And so what I'm going to take for Alperen Sengun, the Goon himself, is taking him to get 4 assists today. 2024, he's hit this 13 out of 19 times. This is a 68% hit rate. I think he looks to pass a little bit more against his team. Against the center position, okay, they only allow three assists per game, but they haven't been against the Goon, okay? They haven't been against the Goon. This guy is the real deal. 6 assists in the last time they played, which was January 15th, and 8 assists in the other time. If you want to take him to get a triple-double today after yesterday, be my guest. It might be a blowout. I think it might be a close game. I don't know. It just depends on what Philly shows up. If, you know, Tyrese Maxey goes off and, you know, Jeremy Kane does his thing. That rookie's been lights out this year. But to me personally, the 3.5 assists, I think we can clear this by the third quarter, so we won't even have to sweat whether if it's a blowout or not, because I think he looks to pass a little bit more. His potential assist in the head-to-head matchups is 10. In 2024 is 9.7, so it's basically at that same mark. So I like him to get 4 assists today. I think he dishes it out. And I mean, against the point guard position, shooting guard position, small forward, power forward, look, 28.2 points allowed, center position 16.9. So I don't really like the points. You know, I think Andre Drummond's playing, so he's going to have a little bit of size down there. But I do look for him to dish the ball and get 4 assists just because of overall how he's been playing this whole season and how he just played last season as well. 57% hit rate, over 4.5, and 3.5, 71% hit rate. He does pass the ball, and he has potential assists of 8 to 9. And that was last year, and this year it's bumped up to 10. So I really like this play a lot to him to get 4 assists. 1 second, I gotta turn my phone. My shit just died and I didn't even notice. I'm tripping. Sorry, y'all. Alright, and so one more play. Did I have another play in here? Actually, that was the only play. That was the last play, y'all. So that was my plays for the day. I'm gonna post it in the pinned comment below. But I like all these plays with the matchups at hand. These are all plays you can take straight. You can parlay it together for a big lotto. But my best bet for you guys would be to play this straight. If you want to take a triple-double or double-double, I would say take Jokic for a triple-double, take Sengun for a double-double, and take AD for a double-double. And I think that would be a pretty good parlay. You can slam 20 on it, probably make you 70, 80 bucks. But, I mean, if you're putting higher units on it, definitely just take straight bets. Don't put $100 on a parlay. It's just not a good way to play. NBA definitely, or any sport, honestly. Once you do that and you put that $100 down on like 4 players and one of them sell you, you're just going to be upset, okay? So if you're putting those higher units, definitely take these straight. But tell me what you think in the comments below of all these picks. Are you fading this? Are you following this? Are you going to be trailing any of these plays? And I just want to thank you guys once again for all the love and support you guys are showing me on all social media platforms. It really does mean a lot. Hopefully we just keep growing and keep just building this community. You guys have been great. And I will have a separate channel, and me and Jacob will be making a video tonight. We're for sure making the video. I was a little discouraged, I'm not going to lie. This November was bad, but we've won back-to-back days. So that gives me a little bit more confidence to just dive back into this. Honestly, I had to realize and just come to the realization, you know, this is gambling. At the end of the day, sometimes you'll have a down month, sometimes you have a down week, sometimes you have a down day. But you always just find a way to bounce back. And I think that's just a lesson for life. So thank you guys, and I appreciate the love. We'll be back with another video tomorrow morning, or maybe even tonight. But this is the NBA slate for today, and hope you enjoy. And until next time, I'll see y'all. Peace.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.